students, we're going to look at our syllabus, Spirit Form Life. I want to scroll down to the books just to bring some clarity. For those of you that are new to this course, your required textbooks are Bruce Bugsby, Jack Hayford, and Dallas Willard. We made some changes during this course from Spirit Form Ministry in spring of 2015, and we incorporated some of the aspects of that course into this course, and as a result, some of the students in this course have already done the assignment from Bruce Bugsby, and so they have an alternate assignment. So if you were in Spirit Form Ministry and completed your gift assessments and servant profile, your book is Blackaby and Blackaby, What's So Spiritual About Your Gifts, and you have a different assignment. But for most of you, your required textbooks will remain the same, Bugsby, Hayford, and Willard. You'll see as we move into the assignments that there's a different assignment for Blackaby text. Our course requirements are discussion participation. You're required to participate in the discussion forums. You have a 3-post requirement per discussion question. Your first post is your initial post, and it has to be 1 to 2 paragraphs in answer to that particular discussion question. But you must also post 2 1-paragraph follow-up, and that follow-up could be to someone who posted to your thread. You want to add a 1-paragraph response, or you want to respond to another student's initial post and follow up with another student. So you have options here as to those subsequent posts, but your initial post is to me, and I'm going to read that post. And also your grade will be based upon the writing of the initial post and your response to 2 other persons. You have a total of 14 discussion questions, and those 14 discussion questions make up 20% of your grade. Spirit Form Life is 5 weekly summaries. What the goal of this paper is not to give you any extra things to do, but to summarize what you've done that week. There's writing guidelines under the information tab, and links to this in your weekly summary of activities. You'll find links. The goal again is to take what you've heard, what you've read, what you've interacted with other fellow students, and say a Spirit Form Life is based on this week's material. Now, I assigned the date on Monday because I want you to have the full week. I know that you have 2 discussion questions, 2 follow-up posts, and this paper. And this paper needs to have time for you to write it. So Monday is its due date, which will give you time to reflect on the week. And for many of you, may be catching up on Sunday, and I want to make time for that. Your personal reflection paper, you can write a 2-3-page paper, which is due in week 7. Now, this paper can be on any topic. I suggested a few topics there. But if you have a personal topic you'd like to write about, just drop me an email before you begin writing and get it cleared so that you can write about what God is putting on your heart. For point 4, my Spirit Empowered Ministry Calling paper, this paper I've divided into 2 parts. One has to do with after you read and take your gift assessment, to write a 1-page summary about your top 3 gifts and what you've learned about that. And then part 2 of the same paper is to identify your servant profile. And as you read Bugsby's book, this will become clear. And in the second part of the paper, you will look at the different aspects, the personal style assessment, your passion indicator, and then as a result, based on your gift, style, and ministry passion, you'll have a servant profile. And then answer those questions of, did it confirm what you believe the Spirit is doing in you? For those of you that have done this assignment before, you have an alternate assignment, and that alternate assignment is a comparative book critique. And the book that I assigned, What's So Spiritual About Gifts, Your Gifts? I think that's the title. Let's go back. What's So Spiritual About Your Gifts? going to interact with that book, and there's some writing guidelines on how to do this comparative book critique, but I'd like you to compare it with those concepts that you've already gone through in Bugsby's text. Your final examination will be a short essay and will be given covering the material presented in your rating lectures and discussion topics, and you will have a study guide. You'll see the breakdown of your grade, what each of the requirements are, and the assignments and their point value. The next is our course outline and schedule, and pretty much we're going to try to follow this as much as we can. Spirit-formed life is God's heart. A spirit-formed life begins at salvation. A spirit-formed life abides in the fullness of the Spirit. A spirit-formed life is in communion and dialogue with the Spirit. A spirit-formed life is a gifted life for the sake of the kingdom and the common good. The spirit-formed life is. And that devotionally responsive disciples are in partnership with the transforming presence of the Spirit at work in us and at work through us. So that's about all that I can see for the syllabus. If you haven't turned in your syllabus acknowledgement of the syllabus form, you can do that through the information tab, and you would need to do that shortly because it needs to be done immediately. Some of the students were asked to do it in August, so if you haven't been able to do that yet, I would recommend that you do that now. If you have any other questions, go online and drop me an email, or under each week there'll be a discussion tab for you to raise your questions, and I will monitor that and answer you as quickly as I can. Looking forward to our time together. God bless.